All right, people. So today we're gonna be reacting to Wizard Liz's videos on why she got cheated on, and I want to say this, man. A lot of motherfuckers are hating on her, and a lot of them are hating on her because they're jealous of her. Yeah, she says some goofy shit every now and then, like I do, you know. But it's a lot of people are kind of secretly happy that this happened to her. Because the truth is, when you're pretty, not only are men jealous of you, especially when you're successful, but also women. And so I imagine this was really hard for her because nobody gets more hate more than women. I'm telling you, I don't get hate. Okay, if I was a woman and I was pretty, I would get a lot of hate. So it's kind of like I'll make this video to let her know that this is not me criticizing her. This is not me kicking her while she's down. This is me understanding her predicament, and I have a lot of love and a lot of compassion for her, because at the end of the day, she's a human being, and I want to say that because it makes me so fucking angry when I watch those videos of women acting like they care, but they're just kicking her down because they're jealous. Plain and simple, man. Now let's begin with the video. And if you guys want to recommend her this video, let her know that I made it because this is a positive video. I'm not here to talk shit about her. And also, if for those who want to get a free gift on how to get a guy to chase people, I have a free audiobook that I wrote on how to get him to chase. And I have a free PDF file. Not PDF file, sounds fucking horrible, especially with the Epstein thing. PDF on the hot and cold formula. It's a free chapter from my book. So you get the free book, free audiobook, and a free chapter from my book. Just click on the description down below where it says purchase mine. This is a horrible place to stop. Just click on the description down below and there you'll be able to get it. Let's begin with the video. Sorry about that.
House, and Landon was in the US. And we were both like sitting, me and my sister, and we're laughing because my sister was around me and Landon also the whole time. She saw Landon as her brother. My mom saw him as a son. This guy was—
I wonder how her sister looks. Who's Wizard Liz's sister? I would love to see how she looks.
Really integrated into our family, which is really big for me because—
Time out! How long did they know each other? Wait, time out. People, how long did they know each other? Time out. How long did it take them? In the comment, how long did it take them to get married? Wait, time out. How long did the Wizard Liz and Landon take to get married? Time out, time out. People, can somebody tell me? The Wizard Liz. Can somebody answer that question, please? In the comment section. Look, I see 49 people here. Okay, y'all got. She broke up her engagement. People, let me know in the comment section. How long did it take them to get married?
I have never introduced a man to my family like that. Like even my ex, I moved to Dubai for him. I was with him for 3 years. When we broke up, I was still like 1 year friends with him. We were every day together. But he was always asking me like, introduce me to your family. I want to get married to you, this and that. And I always had this gut feeling like, no, I don't want to do that with you. Not at all. And I ended up being right. And that relationship also ended in a very shocking way. It was not cheating, but it was something else where I was like, oh my God, you are literally not the person that I thought you were, and I never want to see you again. I remember I said that to my sister. My sister was like, oh, there's gonna be nothing, probably something from before. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And the messages she sent, I had them in the car. And it was
okay, I'm reading the comment section. Are you guys gaslighting me? She says she got married. I feel like I'm being...
I ended up being right, and that really meant to my family like affordable price. And just me and my sister, we were at my mom's house, and Landon was in the US. And we were both like sitting, me and my sister, and we're laughing because my sister was around me and Landon also the whole time. She saw—
Can somebody tell me how long did it take them to get married religiously? Nobody seems... People are telling me that they weren't married when she said she's married. So I'm hearing a lot of gaslighting right now.
Landon as her brother. My mom saw him as a son. This guy was really integrated into our family, which is really big for me because I have never introduced a man to my family like that. Like even my ex, I moved to Dubai for him. I was with him for 3 years. When we broke up, I was still like 1 year friends with him. We were every day together. But he was always asking me like, introduce me to your—
Okay, so 6 months. 6 months married. Yo, people in the comment section are gaslighter motherfuckers, man. I swear to God. 6 months. But people, what the... Yo, can somebody correct Isa, that's important because that's too fast. That's too fast. To even get engaged within 6 months, it's way too fast. And it sounded like he was pressuring it. I want to meet your family. I want to meet your family. You gotta always go slow. For 6 months engagement is way too fast.
Family, want to get married to, this and that. And I always had this gut feeling like, no, I don't want to do that with you, not at all. And I ended up being right. And that relationship also ended in a very shocking way. It was not cheating, but it was something else where I was like, oh my.
Not legally married. People, stop. Cut it out, man. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not, it doesn't, legally or religiously, it doesn't matter. Same shit. Why are you guys talking technicalities, man? Like, at the end of the day, that was too fast.
Oh my God.
Jesus
you are
Christ.
not the person that I thought you were, and I never want to see you again. I remember I said that to my sister. My sister was like, oh, this is going to be nothing. Probably something from before. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And the messages she sent, I had them in the car. And it was literally like my heart dropped into my stomach. That is a feeling I would not wish upon anyone.
Chat, I'm talking to you guys in the chat. That's a horrible feeling. I can't imagine just the blood coursing down her head as soon as she found that out. And just the embarrassment, man. It's honestly, it's not just the heartbrokenness, but it's the embarrassment a lot of times.
Not on a man, not on a woman.
Yeah, I'm not correcting. No, because what I'm not correcting you. You was just laying all the facts in the chat for what people might have meant. Look, man, I'm shouting because it's annoying that she says she got engaged and then people are saying that she didn't get engaged legally. I'm like, why are you guys making shit complicated? Like, it doesn't legally married or religiously married. Stop confusing things, man.
That is disgusting. And especially when the person you're with is acting like such a godly man and he's accusing you always of cheating.
What?
He's making it seem out to be like you're the one that's not trustworthy.
What?
Basically, the messages were like him trying to meet up with her. She said no. And she said, you shouldn't be texting me if you're in a relationship. And he was like implying that this relationship is not real. Just really hurtful stuff. Now, in the relationship, there were things that I've ignored in terms of my intuition.
Time out. Why am I bent out of shape today? People, what's going on today? Why am I getting like gaslight in the chat? That's insane. That's how I am. That's how I talk.
If I tell you guys the signs that I got and that I ignored, you're gonna say, Liz, you should listen to your
so now she's gonna say the signs that she ignored. That's what I'm talking about. People calling me bent out of shape today. Y'all tripping, man.
intuition. And the reason why I didn't listen to my intuition really is because I remember with my ex, I posted a video on YouTube.
Time out. I'm gonna stop this. Look, I told you guys, man. People, when you think the universe is working for you, a lot of the times, even when things look like red flags and look too good to believe, because you think things are working for you, you think, nah, this is just the universe. The universe brought him to you. Yeah, he's fast. Yeah, he wants to get married fast, but that's the universe. And that throws out logic out the window. When you think that this is a cosmic event, the red flags you start to ignore because things are just looking too good.
Intuitively, I feel like I shouldn't be with this person. And I said that he keeps calling me every day. This guy called me 30 times a day, okay? He called me 30 times a day. He would stalk me wherever I would go. I was paranoid. Like, when a guy would come up to me on the street and ask for my number, I would literally start tweaking. That's how scared I was. And I realized this is not normal. Like, it's not that I was scared because he was abusive or something. It was just I was scared because I felt like he might do something if someone asking me for something or if a guy was like just talking to me, okay? I realized to myself, like, this relationship is not normal. Like, I need to end this. So I posted that on YouTube and I said I decided to end my relationship and explained it a little bit. And I said, like, even when I walk in the mall, I need to be constantly on the phone with him. I have anxiety.
What? Oh, my love, wizard. Like, most likely she's codependent, right? Or maybe she struggles with standing up when she loves someone. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think maybe it is, because that's controlling, man, and a lot of the times we allow that to happen because it's maybe familiar. Maybe she's used to she dated a guy in Dubai, and you know how these Dubai motherfuckers are. So it's kind of like maybe it's just familiarity, even though it's toxic.
that I got from other people on the internet that I saw then was like women and men making videos, and they're saying like, oh, like that's such a stupid reason, and why should you break up for that, and blah blah. And I then felt like, oh my god, maybe they're right. Maybe I was really wrong. Like I shouldn't listen to my intuition. I'm just overreacting. So then I continued being friends with him. I did not get back together, but we did continue being friends, and I was every day with him. Did not date anyone else. Then it ended in literally a way where I could have lost my life. And I sat after all that with me and him happened, like I sat there, I was thinking like, oh my god, I wish I had listened to myself.
It's okay.
I wish I had listened to my intuition.
It's okay.
So when that happened with my ex, I booked a flight the next day to go home to my mom. I cried the whole night. I didn't sleep. I was in super shock. When I went home, then I was like coming back to my senses, because I was like, what was I in for the past 4 years? What did I do? Like, I literally moved to a whole new country for him. I had no family there. I had no one there. Like, it was only him, and he was like my whole life. But
yeah, that happens a lot because we're just anxious and we're trying to escape, and we have associated comfort with being unconditionally loved. And a lot of people will travel. She's like a passport girl, right? Like where a passport wife, where she goes towards the guys that like her. And look, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying as an insult to her. I really not. Like I say that she's a human being. These are normal things. You know, like a lot of people do that. People shame guys who travel to other country to meet a girl, but women do that too. And that's okay. Like there's nothing wrong in being human.
I was so depressed. It's so confusing when the abuse is not really, you can't see it. It's not like someone is cheating on you, or it's not like someone is abusing you, but then there's a lot of mental abuse going on, and then you blame yourself, because then I think like, okay, but I'm very traumatized, so then probably I'm just sabotaging my relationship. But in my soul, in my heart, this doesn't feel right. So I'm such in a conflict with myself.
Well, that's pretty much when you're addicted to something where you like it, but you know it's not good for you. But the desire for the drug is too intense, but you still hear the voice of your conscience saying this is wrong. And it creates a split inside. And that friction creates like unhappiness, depression, like because you know this is not right. You know you're breaking your own rules. But unfortunately, you only learn that through wisdom. And the sad thing, you got to repeat this multiple times to learn your lesson a lot of the times. Hopefully she's not hard-headed like I am, but a lot of the times you just got to learn your lesson.
When I came back home, I realized like I should have listened to my intuition. I was there for a little while, and then I booked Santorini. Now I went to Santorini, and as you guys know, that's how I met Landon at the airport. When I met Landon, I felt something like with our souls.
See, that's the thing, right? The soul. The whole spiritual thing helps you forget that. What are the chances that this guy is in the same airport that I am? I mean, what are the chances? He went there, but you ignored it because of how it felt. It felt magical. So when things feel magical, you ignore the red flags. And there's nothing wrong with that, man. She's a girl, man. She found them cute. You know, she found it flattering, and she was asking the universe, so she thought that that's the universe talking to her.
And I realize now that it can be a soulmate kind of situation, but it can also be a karmic. And when you are with a karmic, they also look like you. And a karmic relationship is very hard.
Oh, don't you dare.
Toxic. And you do learn a lot from a karmic situation. You grow a lot as a person. It almost like breaks you down as a person, and then you are completely different after that. When I invited him to Santorini, I obviously had that thing still happen with my ex, and I was kind of getting over that.
So she was on the rebound. Okay, so she was on the rebound. So she wasn't over it. So sometimes when you're not over feelings, you transfer it out to another person. So rather than allow it to finish, you just move it over to another person and keep the trauma running.
I was just like trying to put my mind on other things. And Landon was really nice. Everything was great. He was very kind, super sweet, super gentleman-like. But then there was a moment where we went out, and there was an Asian guy that wanted to talk to me and get to know me, and he thought I was really cute. Going outside for a talk, and Landon did not like that at all, and then basically followed us outside, and he got really like upset with me, and he was like, why are you doing this? Don't talk to him. And these two guys almost got in a fight over me. And I then got a little bit of like, ooh, that was a red flag for me, because I thought, you're just like my ex. Like,
Okay.
I'm jealous.
Okay.
I was like, I don't want to repeat this pattern again.
Good.
And I think, look,
What?
when you are coming out of something very super traumatic and a very traumatic relationship, you cannot really bounce quickly into something else because you haven't healed from that relationship yet. So often what happens is your cycle will get repeated. It won't get healed through another person. I'm very patient with people. But then when something shocking happens, I'm like, oh, wow, this woke me up. Like, imagine you have rose-colored glasses about everyone and you believe everyone and you think, oh, people don't have bad intentions. They're good, because you just think, why would someone hurt someone?
And also, why would the universe do this to me? I'm special. You know, I'm chosen. Like, she has videos where she talks about everyone just likes me for no reason. And it's like, no, there is a reason. It's not because of your soul. It's because you have a look that a lot of obsessive guys like. And you're confusing their obsessive quality for your special aura. And I'm not saying this as an insult. I really am not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand, man. Like, she's an idealistic person. She's a very positive person, but also just like me, positive to the point of delusional. Like me. I say it like me. Positive to the point of delusional sometimes. And this happens to me just in a different way and not in a public way. You know, like it's a very normal thing. She's a human being, man.
Or do these things. But then it's
spiritual
like
women always get played because it's delusion.
God or the universe is trying to show me, like, no, Liz, you cannot trust everyone, and you should remove those rose-colored glasses because not everyone has good intentions.
Yeah, and the rose is a spiritual. It's just a sense of the universe will bring that guy to me. It's like, no, not everything that shines is gold. Not everything that shines is gold, boo boo. By the way, she always wears black.
From Landon, I really thought to myself, this is not for me. And I really thought, like, after that, like, let's just stay friends and let's just focus on being friends, and that's it.
You see?
But Landon really wanted me.
So no boundaries.
I went back home with my friend and I was just going on with my life.
You know, she gets really flattered when there's a lot of desire in guys. I think she doesn't go after guys that don't show that. If a guy doesn't show intense desire, she may not go for them. You know, she goes for guys that love bomb her. I wonder what her parents are. A lot of the times that's, I'm not talking about her, I'm just saying in general. A lot of the times, it's when you fall for love bombing, you might have been raised around narcissists. A lot, not all the time, but sometimes.
And Landon kept messaging me.
Chat, correct me.
And I just wouldn't really respond anymore because I didn't want to give him any hope. Or he would message my friend and she also wouldn't really reply. And then I remember one day he called me and I did pick up and I was like, hey, what's up? And then he was like, look, I really want you to be my wife. Like, I just know you're supposed to be my wife.
See, that's the thing. I know he feels it. It's a spiritual. It's the universe, because that's her language. That's her language. She believes in soul things. And you gotta understand, the spiritual will a lot of the times cause you to ignore red flags. Like, she never talked about giving. She always sounds so cold. Never talked about giving and receiving love. Well, because a lot of the times when you never got love, when you want love, but you never really got love, you sort of get jaded. And you create an artifice of coldness. When in reality, always remember, the coldest people are the least loved, which means that they're the most reactive to affection. So just always never go for appearances.
He's like, I want to do anything.
She wants fans, not BF.
Like, send me your bank account details or your PayPal. Like, I want to prove to you.
Who the fuck do you think do that? Saudi Arabia, motherfuckers, man. Let me fly you out. Let me give you this. Here, queen. Here's this car. She's like, I am so special. The universe is bringing this to me. And these guys just do that because they have the money. They know she's a visual person. She likes the glamour. Yeah, and I say this with love, Liz. I say this with love. I don't want to sound mean to you, man, because if you knew my mistakes, I don't compare to you with the bullshit that I have. I have more bullshit than you ever could have, you know? But I understand.
You that I really want to do anything for you. This is my problem, okay? I don't really get attracted to men. I just get attracted when they do something for me that is like they're taking care of me.
People in the comment section, write it down. I was right. Motherfuckers in the comment section are like, oh, this guy is just talking shit. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. I didn't even need to hear everything. Of course. Because she has, most likely her parents are rich. Most likely that's how they show love to her. Or it's the opposite. Sometimes when you're raised poor, you become a lover of glamour, of money. That's why a lot of hood motherfuckers can be gold diggers a lot of the times, right? Hey, you know, I don't want people see this and they talk shit, but the same people that are talking shit about her are worse than her, man.
Now, where does this stem from? It stems from not having a father figure in my life. So in my life, I'm not looking for a partner, or I'm not looking to be in love. I'm looking to have that stable feeling of a parent or a father loving you, because that's the void that I feel. But then the issue is, obviously, in the relationship,
Projection.
I'm not that in love. Because who would be in love with their father, you know, or a representation of their father?
Well, when you lack the love, you seek it in anything. I would like to see how her father looks. Most likely Liz's father might look like Landon or have the features.
But when someone, like a man, does something for me big, like for example Landon, he told me send me your PayPal. So I was like, okay, let me do it. Let's see what he does. And then he sent me $10,000. And then I thought, wow, like he's literally.
But that's how you get caught by the guys with money. $10,000? What the fuck? Wait a minute, that's crazy. You see people. You see, I don't want to say you see, because I'm not gonna talk down on this woman, man. I'm not gonna kick people while they're down. I'm not that type of person. But you gotta be careful with guys that make you fall in love through the gifts. Because rather than give you affection, they'll give you money. And yeah, that's nice at first, but after a while, it becomes empty, man. Let me check how much I have in my bank account. That's the thing. She wants guys. She wants to be a sugar baby with a sugar daddy and having a baby. You can't, boo-boo. You can't. You can't, like, marry a guy who leaves with his money. And you know he has the money to find you at the airport.
He's sending me $10,000, so I would reply to his messages.
Am I screaming loud?
I thought, wow, like maybe I should give him a chance, because look how
much money he gave me.
Like a big thing to do, you know what I mean? And it's
to him, it's to him, it's not a big thing. That's the thing. It's not a big thing to him. Relatively, it's not a big thing to him. But to you, it is.
Not even that I cared about the money. I don't, because I gave all that money to my fans on Instagram. It's not about the money. It was more like, oh wow, like he does this big thing. And with my ex, I had the same thing that I repeated again, which is so stupid. I should not have done this. But with my ex, it was like, I met him and I didn't
send him money.
I was not attracted to him. And I went back home. He wanted me to come back.
Not loud?
He wanted like to have a relationship with me, and I kept saying no. And then he bought me a Rolex, which was 2 weeks after we met. And for me,
you see, if that happens, I swear to God, if I was coaching her, I'm like, Liz, he gave you that, delete his number, find somebody else. I would have told you guys know I would have told her that. This is what people like. I'm not trying to talk shit, but this is why you got to be careful when you go after guys who have money, man, because you're not the only one. You're not. And what happens is, oh, but I just want the money. But eventually you're gonna develop feelings for the guy. You get it, and you think he's just banging you raw? Oh no, nah. Now, when a guy has a lot of money, they don't use condoms. They don't use that type of shit. They don't. They pay to not have it on. Careful with these motherfuckers, man. And the most dangerous ones are the ones that lead with money. Plain and simple. A lot of you ladies, Shiro fans, get so angry at me when I say this, and I understand it. But I'm trying to help. I'm not trying to be cheap. People call me Dusty. I had to pull up a poll and say, people call me, they're like, yes, I am Dusty.
That was such a big gesture, because before that, no one had ever bought me anything designer or anything. And now all of a sudden I have like a 15K watch, which is for me like, oh my God, like, oh, that's such a big gesture. So then I did give him a chance. But then still in the relationship, I don't think I was ever really in love. I saw him as my best friend, sure. Even when I was growing up, I was not in love with young people or something. I had a crush on Dr. Phil.
Well, because what the fuck? Because she never got the love or never trusted a man. That's that's why a father's love is important.
I had a crush on Simon Cowell, and I thought that was always so funny because my sister used to have a crush on Justin Bieber, like that's normal. But it's actually not funny. I think that's my first mistake I made. Like, I didn't go in to the relationship with the right intentions. I ignored my intuition from the beginning, where I thought, wait a second, it's not normal how controlling he is over me. And I felt that intuitively I shouldn't be with him. I should have stopped there.
But the money,
even if he sent me a big amount of money, even if he did all of that, I should not have continued, and I should still have been friends.
The money kept you going.
Our relationship started, me and Landon, and I started taking him seriously, and he was genuinely too good to be true. That's how I would describe him. Like, the past year we were together, he did everything for me. And I'm not just talking money, I'm talking like time. Like, he would take 18-hour flights to come see me. All my bills he paid.
That's not good.
He spent with me.
That's
anything
not
I wanted,
good.
I did, and he bought it for me.
You need limits.
Literally a dream guy. Literally a dream guy.
No, that's not dream. That's not. Like, that's a dream sugar daddy. But that in love, I say this with so much love. Seriously. I say this with so much love. And she just, it's like me when I was younger, man. Like, I thought that a girl who slept with me, who had sex with me, it meant that she liked me. And I sort of confused physical affection for actual love, because I lacked it. And so most likely it's the same with her, but with money. You know what I'm saying? And so it's kind of like, it's really an attachment style issue, man.
And I just would think to myself, this is too good to be true. I would constantly think that. But then at the same time, my problem is I constantly think something feels off. And then you want to blame yourself, because I come from a very traumatized childhood. So if I feel that something is off, I blame it on my trauma. So it's almost like my head and my heart fighting with each other, because I'm not sure what I'm looking at here. Like, he is perfect, does the right things, he does the right things. Yeah, we argue. Yeah, he's very jealous, he's controlling. But those are things that a lot of people deal with in their relationships, There's nothing.
She needs to understand what's normal. Normal is going slow. Again, I'm gonna explain to you why she doesn't see this as a problem. Because she thinks that it's happening because the universe. It's not because he's a red flag, but because the universe and my aura is so strong. It's really ego. It's ego. Her ego is not letting her see that really he's doing this not because of the force of nature that you have, this energy, but because he is just an obsessive guy that leads with his money and that will cheat on the next girl.
Thing going on. And also with the cheating, like, oh my god, he never left my side. Never, ever, ever. Like, even if I would push him to go to the US, go see your family, he would go for 2 days and he would come back. His phone was always open. I knew his password, he knew my password. We had one phone that was
I promise you that he was the one that gave her his password so that she could give him his. Never do that with people. Never do that with people. They're trying to fake trust by being selectively honest. And she fell hook and sinker. Why? Because she lacks love, just like me. When you feel the emptiness inside, you get fooled more easily. Not by everyone, but by a chosen few. I got to be very specific because I'm not trying to talk shit about her. Like, I really am not.
Connected. So his messages, his FaceTime, everything will get received on that phone, and mine too. So we were really up in each other's business. He had my location, I had his location.
That's not good.
The whole year.
That's not good.
It's so weird. And on top of that, he's just literally spending all of his money on me. And the same with my ex. Like, my ex spent almost all of his money on me, so much that he got into debt. To me, it's so weird that these guys will go to such lengths and they end up doing something so weird. And with Landon, it's not even like that he wanted out of the relationship. I told him throughout our relationship, Landon, if you ever feel like you want to leave this relationship, I'm more than happy you can leave, but just don't betray me. I would constantly tell him that, don't betray me. I don't want to be betrayed. I would much rather have you tell me I don't want you or whatever and leave. And he said, yeah, of course. But obviously we saw what happened. And even after that happened, like, genuinely still wants to be together. He wants to be with me. He wants to have our family. And he told me, like, Liz, I never wanted to leave you. That's not the thing why I did it. He said he did it because he's very insecure, and he is very insecure. I get it. But I don't think that's a reason to cheat. I think if you're insecure or whatever, or you need validation, then tell me that. I'm your partner. You know,
People write, how do you keep a 3-year relationship with a man you don't love? Because she never knew what love is. She doesn't know what love is. That's just how it is. She doesn't. And it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Like a lot of people don't know what I don't know what love is. You know, like it's okay. You know, but that's what happens. Like you never receive it, so you never know it, and so you sort of assume what it is the external giving things, but you don't know about the emotional part. You know what I'm saying? Like,
know, I'm like your wife, I'm carrying your child, tell me, like, I can understand these things. He would constantly tell me like that he's not good looking, and I would constantly tell him, no, you are good looking. I would always try to hype him up, you know, but he would never believe it. And Landon also comes from a childhood where he was abandoned, or he didn't get enough love from his parents. And I feel like when
that's why love
men grew
bombs.
up with not enough love from their parents, or for example from their mom, like my ex had that, and then Landon, they love the chase, you know. That's the thing, these type of men will love to chase you, but they don't love it when they have you, or they don't appreciate it when they have you. So I think,
But you know what's crazy, wizard? I'm sorry, I don't mean to say lizard, man. People are saying that, like I'm saying that on purpose. I'm not. These guys are also very ambitious because they love chasing goals. So a lot of the times, those are the guys that have the money to be your sugar daddy. Those are the guys that could travel across the world and bring you over because they have so much ambition because they love chasing. They make $3 million. They don't celebrate. They want to make 4 now. It's the ambition. If you're attracted to ambitious, powerful men, they'll never be happy with you because that's the main reason why they're so successful, because nothing is ever enough. And that's the part that's attractive. But that's the part that leaves you unloved. Ladies, I don't tell you guys to not chase gold diggers, guys who have money, to do the Shira 7 thing. It's okay. But a lot of the times, this will be your destiny.
when Landon like first got with me, the fact that he could do all these things and like buy me things and like win me over, and then eventually when I come to a point where I'm even like, can you stop buying me stuff because it's like a little bit excessive, he would like kind of get turned off by me. It's almost like,
yeah, because you're not validating him. That's why you tell guys no. When you gotta tell them no. Tell them no, because if they get mad, that's a sign, boo-boo. That's a sign. If they get mad, they're not doing it because they want to give you something. They're doing it because they want to manipulate you, and you said no to their main and only strategy, which is giving you shit to manipulate you.
Know how they want someone to be constantly mean to them, or dismissive of them, or cold towards them. And my ex was the same way. Once I started being nice to him, once I started showing him love, he was the same way. He would like completely, he would drop his standards. He wouldn't like me as much. But then when I returned to being mean or dismissive, they love me so much. And then
because he's an avoidant,
they like try to win me over all again. But then it's just a game. It's a constant game. But you have to imagine if they didn't get enough love from their mother, for example. That is how their mother was. Like, for example, my ex was a cold woman, was very dismissive towards him. So for him also, that's what he's trying to recreate in the relationship with me. If you look at the relationship, me and the 2 serious relationships that I had, which was Landon and my ex, we're both doing the same thing. My ex was trying to recreate his childhood with his mom in me and looking for like a mother figure. And I think Landon was doing the same thing. He wanted a love like a mother. I could not give that to him. When you have never known love as a child, as an adult, you will go for what's familiar. And what is familiar is control. Controlling what I wear, controlling what I do, what I say. And for me,
I bet Alex is avoiding. I am. I'm working on it. I'm trying to work on it.
So if, let's say, Landon would tell me you can't wear this, I think that's love, because he cares about what I can or cannot do, or he's jealous over me. But I don't see it as like, wait a minute,
controlling.
Yeah. Just think like, that must be love.
Yeah, it's just an misinterpretation based on your traumas. You know, that's why you got to look at it as a fact. Oh, that's why you got to ask people. Liz, book a one-on-one phone call with Father Alex, man. I know I'm harsh, but I can help you, girl. And I won't tell no one. You know, I won't tell no one. I got you. Yo, ask Liz. If Liz ever wants to talk to me, I'm not ever going to talk to her as I'm better than her. I know more than her. I don't. But I would love to talk to her because I understand. I dated girls like her. I dated girls like her before. It's true. People are like, she's an anxious. It's true because I'm an avoidant. I'm working on it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to work on it as a person, but I am an avoidant. And a lot of the times I attract women like that, you know, but I don't cheat on them. I don't have a kid with them and cheat on them. I leave them. I say, look, man, I may hurt you, and I leave them. You know, but the evil motherfuckers are the ones that hide their nature, are the ones that want to have a kid with you, are the ones that don't acknowledge that they can't be with you and lie to you.
I don't know what love is from a man. I think the only way I've ever felt real love was through my animals and love through my friends. I felt real love through my sister.
That's very true. The last girl that I dated also loved animals, right? She might be watching this, but yeah. And the reason why she loved animals because her animals loved her unconditionally, unlike other people. The animals are always there. Her dogs always came, and her dogs always gave her unconditional love. And it's kind of similar. When people lack love from humans, they gravitate towards animals. Or when they don't have kids, they'll gravitate towards animals a lot of the times.
Sister and my family, like my mom, my brothers, but not really through a partner. I also think that the way you grew up plays a big role in all of this intimacy and being comfortable with your sexuality. Like, for example, I grew up in a very, very strict household. Like, it's very patriarchal as well. Women were just wives for a man. And I don't know one woman around me, aunt, whatever, that has married for love. All of them married to get out of the house.
People are saying, Liz definitely is anxious. Why she preaches independency? Because that's what she wants to do herself. She preaches that because a lot of times, we as YouTubers, we preach what we want to be or what we are. You get what I'm saying? Like, you sort of project who you want to be on the inside. It's like the preacher who is gay but talks about being straight and not being gay, right? So it's kind of like that. That's what happens a lot of the times. Why do avoidant want friends on you when they have made you? Because they still like you as a person, but the intimacy is making them uncomfortable. So they got to create a certain distance.
And just have freedom.
Would I date her?
I don't know anyone that has married.
I'm not good for her, man. I don't want
to. You genuinely have a weird sense of romance. I also didn't grow up watching Disney movies, so I don't romanticize any of that stuff. I just grew up like an adult. I was very close to my mom, and I would always follow my mom around.
I wonder what her mom happened.
Whatever worries
she get played
had, I put on myself.
Yeah.
So I almost felt like I was taking care of 5 children. I almost felt like I was very responsible for my family and for the money or like the lack of money that we had. I felt very responsible for that. I felt responsible for my mom and how my dad was treating her. I always just wanted to protect her.
Yeah, because most likely her mom didn't comfort her. Her mom used her kids to comfort her. Husband leaves, she feels betrayed. So leaves on the children for comfort rather than her comforting her children, which puts a burden on them and creates an anxious attachment style and also a resentment towards men. So because I resent men, why not just take everything that they have and take it for myself? That's what happens a lot of the times.
I was always giving her advice on just leave.
And, you know, so she was her mom's. I hate to stop this. I really do hate to stop this. So she was her mom's therapist, and that's why she does this. A lot of the times you do videos because you're unconsciously helping your mom. She's helping all of these girls, and in her mind, that's her mom. All of these girls that are helpless, getting played, and it's like in her mind, she's like, yo, mom, wake up. And a part of her also might think her mom is dumb. Like, why are you getting played like that? Man up, strengthen up. So sometimes then you just do this because you're sort of protected. And you want to know something? A part of me also does this because my mom is also like that. My mom, she never learned how to like deal with her emotions, so she would put the burden on us. So it's almost like these videos in a weird way is unconsciously towards her. It's funny how that works.
Do this, and I was always her therapist. I wasn't a child.
There you go,
and
therapist.
I think now that I'm pregnant, I don't want my child to for 1 second have to worry about me. I think every child deserves a childhood, and I think the trauma that you experience from your parents really shapes you as an adult, and it's so hard to
I gotta pause. Oh man, now the cycle's gonna repeat for her kid. I swear, I'm not gonna tell her what to do because I'm not a parent, but you can't. I hope she stops going after the sugar daddies now because it's not good, man. It's gonna repeat the cycle
of these things, and you are really left with like lifelong healing. Some of the signs that I ignored were that I read Landon's matrix chart, when we first got together, and in his matrix chart in his past life, it had said that he had cheated on a loved one before. He had chosen lust over love. So he is likely to repeat this in this lifetime, and that's like something he should watch out for. And I remember reading that and I was thinking to myself, I had also read my matrix chart, my family's. I had read it for my ex, and these things had always been very accurate. And the things that they struggle with had been accurate. So I was wondering then, is he a cheater? Like, that's weird. Like, no way. But then it said it is matrix chart, but I didn't have any evidence other than a matrix chart. And, you know, if I break up over a matrix chart, you're gonna call me crazy. But I would tell him these things. I would be like, I have this feeling you're a cheater. And then he would be like, what the fuck? Say like, Sabina, your sister is saying crazy things again. And Sabina was like, Liz, stop self-sabotaging. He's a good guy. And my sister used to say, Liz, if he was a cheater, he would want to leave you, or he would want to go to the US to go see his family or whatever, but he never leaves your side. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Like, there's no way. Another sign that I ignored.
We got an ignorant person right now, and I say that with a lot of love. She's not going after sugar daddy. She's going after men who show them who could provide for her. Oh, all right. Okay.
Was I was getting dreams and intuition. Oh my god, even in the Q&A, the one before, when I filmed that Q&A with Landon, I didn't think anything of it. But when I saw a clip on TikTok go viral of
don't yell at us.
Landon, sorry, forgiveness, and you should always forgive.
My fault.
And then I say to him, I go like, yeah, it depends if the person is like,
all right, Melia,
it's not forgivable. I don't know why I said that. I don't know how I said that. I don't know what the hell that came from. But me and Landon watched that video together, and we thought that was so normal. And we were like, that was such a good video. We didn't even think about any of that. When I saw that back, I was like, how the fuck did I literally predict this? Also, before that, I had went to Dubai with my sister after me and Landon spent 3 months together in Switzerland. I had to go back to get some boxes because I was moving to the US and I still had some stuff there. So I went back and I was there with my sister for like 1 week, and Landon was 1 week in Dallas, and then we're going to meet in London for my birthday. So then I remember when I was in Dubai, I had a dream where I see Landon and I see another girl, and I'm also in the dream. And then all of a sudden, Landon is with this girl. He's cheating on me in front of me, but the girl is confused that I'm angry. And I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? And then she looks at me confused in the dream, and then Landon is like trying to manipulate me into thinking that this is normal. So I'm like so confused. But then in the dream, I remember I was going to my family to tell them like, this is over, we're done. And then
people in the chat, why is Alex triggered with money? Jesus Christ, man. Can I just want to help you guys? My God. Like, I just want you guys to realize that there's a downfall whenever you allow a guy to lead with money. I want you guys to get your money, man. More money for me. What the fuck? But I'm just trying to help you guys. I'm not trying to, like, why would you think I'm trying to, like, I'm getting triggered that you guys go after money? It's okay, you know. But the problem is that I just see a lot of women confusing me, man. Like they really, it's just that these women are giving you guys, like, to a certain degree, they're leading you guys astray. And look, you know, like don't get triggered that I say that. You're getting triggered.
Dream basically ended with Landon like on the bench, like putting his head down, and he was really sad. And I woke up from that dream, and I felt that this dream was a message. And I get dreams, and these dreams happen. So when I, for example, had a friend, this was even when I was with Landon, he saw it happen in real life. Like, I had a friend, and that friend had like gossiping about me or whatever, okay? I had a dream about that night. Like, that this friend of mine was talking shit about me, doing whatever, and that I couldn't trust this friend. So I woke up and I told Landon, like, oh my God, I had this dream about this friend. Landon was like, oh, you're crazy, whatever. So then what happened is that same day, me and Landon, we found everything out, like, through another friend. And what I had dreamt was true. So he then said, like, whoa, Liz, like, you're scary. Your dreams actually happen. And I said, yeah, I've always had this. So he knew that. So I had that dream about him then cheating. So what I did, I FaceTimed him when I woke up, and I said, Landon, I had a dream where you were cheating on me and manipulating me into thinking this is normal. And I said, are you cheating on me? And he said, what the fuck? No. He's like, I'm actually so offended you would say that to me, blah, blah. And we had a whole fight. But I said, Landon, I don't dream things for no reason. And he's like, no, you're just crazy, blah, blah. I said, okay, I might be crazy. I don't know. But it felt wrong, and I didn't forget about it. So then what happened? A week later, I go to London to see...
Ladies, I'm going to tell you something. This is not a red flag for me. For me, the red flag was at the beginning. Like, you guys see what I'm trying to tell you guys? Like she's putting so much emphasis on these mystical things and not looking at the practical things. You guys went too fast. And that should be your red flag. Not the fact that you had a dream that he was banging another chick in front of you, but the fact that he went too fast. You don't think that's a pattern? He stalks women. Like, people never do things just once. Like let's not focus on the mystical. Let's focus on the practical. She's used to things going fast, man, because when guys leave with money, they go fast. So she may not see that as she may not see that as weird. Come on, man.
And we're gonna celebrate my birthday and everything. And I'm sleeping next to him. I'm sleeping, and guess what?
Father Alex is using Liz to get views.
Again. Same exact dream.
What the fuck? What the hell do you think I'm doing here? I'm a YouTuber. What the hell, Nadim? People are not, yo, some people legit are tripping in the comment section. Oh, Father Alex wants views. What the fuck do you think I want? Like, what? Like, y'all are crazy, man.
Sleeping, and guess what? Same dream happens again. Same exact dream. There's a girl is having an affair with this girl. This girl is confused why I'm angry, and I'm like, literally like, what the fuck are you guys doing? He is then again manipulating me in the dream that this is normal. I wake up from this dream with severe heartbreak. Like, my heart felt like it was broken into pieces when I woke up, like genuinely hurt. I look at Landon, I wake him up. I said, Landon, this is the second time I had this dream. I said, are you cheating on me? And he said, what the fuck? I'm right here next to you. Are you crazy? Blah, blah. And Sabina was also with us at the Airbnb. So he calls Sabina. He's like, Sabina, your sister's literally overreacting again. She's trying to cause a fight. And Sabina was like, Liz, like, calm down. And I was like, Sabina, my heart is literally broken. I feel heartbreak. There's no way. And then she was like, no, Liz, stress yourself out. You're pregnant. Relax. Like, there's nothing. Like, and she looks at Landon and she says, he has to be so stupid to be cheating on you because he will lose everything. And Landon is like, yeah. But then I couldn't let this shit go. So what did I do?
Nadim, shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ.
I went to hike
Like, what
with
the
my
fuck?
sister. We went to walk.
I'm not Matthew Hussey.
Sabina, I said, Sabina, it doesn't feel
Jesus.
There's no way. I said, this is a sign. This is a sign. And she said, okay, Liz, listen.
With love, by the
Don't
way.
just ask for vague signs. Ask God right now. Pray to God right now and ask him to give you a clear sign, to show you the truth, the harsh truth. And I said, okay. So I prayed there. I said, God, please. I said, show me who he really is. Show me the harsh truth. And then, yeah, 3 days later, I received those messages from that girl. And I saw it. And then, yeah, it's so crazy. When you ask God to show you who people are or to remove any bad people from your life, you'll often see that the people closest to you get removed or they get revealed for the bad intentions that they had with you.
God got to work a little quicker, because this God was showing you the signs in the beginning, wizard. He was showing you those signs in the beginning. You just chose to ignore it. That's all, you know.
So I have noticed that in both of my relationships, the minute I got really successful or they realize how much money I make, the relationship issues start. And they start behaving very, very differently.
Oh, and people say, Father Alex, why do you always tell women to hide how successful you are? Because some guys also, unfortunately, some guys, that literally turns them off. Like, it literally causes erectile dysfunction. You gotta hide your success. If you're, I'm sorry, like, for women, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't. You gotta hide your success. Show it slowly. Because if not, these things, women who are powerful and make money get cheated on a lot, man. It's just that simple.
I think it's very hard for successful women to date because a lot of men will view these women as competition. Even successful men, they will just
She got pregnant in less than 6 months. That's a red flag. That's a red flag, man.
That is successful.
It's a red
flag. It doesn't hurt their ego. For example, with my ex, when we first started out the relationship, didn't have any money. I was already doing TikTok. I was already doing everything, but I wasn't really making money. But then 6 months into the relationship, I was doing YouTube and I went immediately viral. And then he was making like 10K a month. Okay. He was in finance. He was making 10K a month. And I went from making nothing to all of a sudden YouTube, like making 20K, now making 40K, now making 70K, and then more and more and more. And then he's seeing that. He's seeing how much I'm growing.
He gets jealous. He gets jealous.
He said it to me. He was like, you know, I feel
jealous.
Like I can't do anything for you anymore. I feel like you're just...
Because he leads with his money, man. He leads with his money. So because you're making more, he doesn't know what the fuck to do. That's just that simple. Oh, let's not even talk about Shira. I can promise you there's some shit going on.
Make too much money, and he said like I'm not comfortable in the position where you're making more money than me because.
Come on, let's stop. I love Shira. She's the real deal. Let me tell you something, man. I don't know Shira, but the things that she preaches, there's no doubt that shit's going on. You guys gotta stop worshiping these people, man. You guys gotta stop it because they never tell you their mistakes. She's being honest, but most of these motherfuckers, they don't tell you the shit that happens behind closed doors. And you guys are a lot of you guys are falling for it.
He's like,
man, I'm gonna lose subscribers today.
So then also like our relationship dynamics started to become very weird, or they start being like, oh, I have financial issues and this and that. Can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? And with my ex, like I gave him money even when we broke up because he was telling me he had financial issues. And obviously I'm not going to be stingy or not help him. He had bought me a lot of stuff. He had helped me as well. So I was not going to be stingy. So I did help him. It's almost like they feel most comfortable when they can provide and you kind of need them. But once
people are asking, how much money do I make a month? Man, get out of here, man. I can't ask it. I can't say that. IRS is watching. But, you know, I just enough to live in Mexico and enjoy my life. I'm not filthy rich, people. Like, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys give me a chance to live a normal life, and that I'm happy for that. But 70K a month is crazy, bro.
A man sees that you don't really need him for financial, then what else can they really offer you if they're not that emotionally advanced or never had to really focus on their emotional side because, you know, the patriarchy tells men just to go to work and that's it, and you can find a family or whatever. But these days we have women that are so successful, and then now men are kind of like, okay, what can I offer this woman? Because I had never had to develop myself any further than just go to work and make money.
Well, no. That's the men you date, Lisa. Wizard. That's the date men you make. Some men know how to. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna be honest with you. You want to know the truth about me? I personally don't care if I date a girl that's more successful than me, that's a better artist than me. I swear to God, I don't care. I would be so happy if I date a girl. Honestly, I wouldn't be happy or unhappy, but it'll be kind of cool to date a girl who has money. That's cool. You know, I'm not going to get turned off by it. I'll never get intimidated by that because I know my nature. I'm not a jealous person. You know what I'm saying? But some guys, they can't stand that. They can't stand that.
So now if money
doesn't... Shira, don't find out. Keep scrolling.
What else can you offer? I think a lot of men become jealous of women like that, and they want to be that woman.
And a lot of women get jealous of these women. It's not just the men. Everyone gets jealous of you, Wizard. Everyone gets jealous. It's not like men. Only men will get jealous. Women will be attractive. For women, men are jealous and other women are jealous.
So I don't think you can be in a relationship with someone that wants to be you. I think I should be working on really what I want, on my sexuality, on becoming comfortable with my sexuality, on becoming comfortable with intimacy, because that's a big trauma. Yeah. Like growing up, even if you were around a man, you could literally get like unalived. That was a whole culture that I grew up in. Like honor killings for girls are so normalized. You are not allowed to date. You are not allowed to do anything that's feminine. Then you are ruining the family's reputation. So when you grow up like that, how can you even like men? Like genuinely? How? Because you are scaring these girls from a young age of men. Okay. And I'm gonna admit, most men are scary, but not all men are scary, and they're still
Landon is not scary looking. Right? Landon is a little goofy looking. So I think the fact that he's not intimidating looking, that he looks like fucking Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle. And I think she found that goofiness attractive and less intimidating. And you know, I sort of maybe.
And how are you raising children to be afraid of another gender, and then you expect them to marry them and just be normal with them? That's not going to be a healthy relationship because they never even got to experience being with them. So another thing that I ignored, but my body was showing, and a lot of my fans have told me, was that a lot of acne in both of my relationships, constant rashes, constant acne that I would get. Landon, I got, again, allergies, rashes. My skin was so messed up, inflamed. I started looking gray in the face, but I think it genuinely because I pour so much energy into people around me, and I really pour so much into them, like really in a codependent way.
But she does it.
I'm not happy. I think to myself, okay, how can...
The thing is that she does it too fast. You know what I'm saying? Like I say this with a lot of like care for her. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying this as a, because a lot of motherfuckers will watch this video and start talking shit about her as a way to celebrate her downfall. These hating ass motherfuckers out there, man. So many women are hating on this girl, and they're happy for this shit, man. It's pathetic.
Can I make you happy? How can you be happy? Like, that is like my whole work. I think men get a lot of energy from women. And even Landon, he would like track his sleep when he was sleeping. He noticed that the days that he wouldn't sleep next to me, he would sleep 90%
Better.
with more stress than he would sleep next to me. When you find out someone is a cheater and they cheated on you, I don't feel like that's really a bad thing. I feel like it's really protection from God. I feel like you literally got protected.
Time out. People are saying she's a pick-nisha. Why? Why is she a pick-nisha? Why? Because she's a codependent? There's nothing wrong with wanting to be picked by a guy. What the fuck is wrong with that? What the hell is wrong with being excited and wanting a guy to be with you? What the hell is wrong with that? Yo, Shira 7 has fucked up so many women that she's turned so many women into a bunch of Terminators that a woman wanting a guy to love her back is a pick-me-nisha. Stop it, man. Y'all gotta quit that. Y'all gotta quit.
They were, and better that you saw it very, very fast. I wasn't really sad. I was honestly so happy. And it's the first time that I really stopped isolating myself, because this is what I do. Okay, I get into a relationship, I isolate with my partner, we don't leave our house, and we just stay like that. Like,
yeah, she got manipulated.
I would not leave, I would not make friends. Like, I would just spend all day with him every time. So I isolate myself on purpose because I think I feel safe when I isolate myself. That doesn't make the relationship healthy. It becomes such an unhealthy bond.
Well, it's addiction, right? When you get addicted to things, you isolate yourself from reality. And people are like, there's everything wrong with wanting to be picked because you lose leverage. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be picked. Just control your urge. Like that you should have a desire to be picked. You should. You should want a guy to want you back. But you should also be able to walk away even though you want him. You guys are confusing not wanting them and being able to walk away. I'm saying you got to be able to want people, but also be able to detach. I'm not mad, by the way. I sound mad. I'm not. It's just how I am.
Relationship, because you're literally like a 70-year-old couple. Same with Landon. We just isolated.
I hear your point, girl X-Power. I hear your point.
You know, like, finally, I felt like I can now go and travel, and I wanted to do those things. So then I took my sister, we traveled all over Europe. We had the best time. Like, I had such a great summer, like, honestly. And I was really happy. And then a lot of people were like, Liz, why aren't you sad? Or you should be more sad. And I was like, I cannot be sad when I have such a blessed life. It would even like irk me that I would be complaining or that I would feel bad about any of this, because God blessed me with such a good life. I have worked so hard to have a good life, and I do have a good life, and my child will have such a blessed, good life, you know? Like, thank God. I have gratitude. There's so many bad things happening in the world. Cheating, yeah, well, that's it. You know, what can you do? You saw the person for who they were, and then you decide, what do you do next? How do you handle this next? And honestly, when I was talking to a lot of people that are married for like 8 years, 10 years, they all told me that this is not a good reason to leave the relationship. And I said, excuse me? And they said, yeah, Liz, like, that's what marriage is about. You forgive the person and then you on again.
Well, time out. Not when it happens. You know, you can forgive a cheater if it happens 8 years into it. You don't forgive a cheater who cheated on you while you were pregnant, bitch. Like, what the fuck? Like, not when you're pregnant. Come on, man. Whoever said that to you, cut her off of me.
These things. And I was really thinking to myself, like, so is this how people live? So you guys just do all of that and then you forgive each other and then you continue. Then I was thinking, like, that makes sense to me if you are really into men and if you really like.
Honestly, she needs to watch my channel. She needs to watch my channel. Do you guys think she watches my channel? Let's put a poll up here, man. Let's put a poll. Engage with audience. Do you guys think she watches Father Alex? Let's find out. Let's start a poll, because that's crazy.
Like to be around them, and if you love living with a partner or with a woman, or it doesn't matter who it is, you know, if you love and you love living with them, then yeah, that makes sense that you would want to figure it out. And or if, for example, you are with a person for money, like, great, you can stay. As long as you have money, they'll just do their thing and you can do your thing. But if you genuinely don't really...
What, Wizard, what happens though is that you end up developing feelings because that's your love language. You can't just take money from guys and not love them. That's who you are. You got to know yourself. Anytime a guy love bombs you and shows you affection, you're gonna fall in love with him. And that's okay, man. But that you gotta recognize your nature. She needs to watch my channel. She needs to watch my channel.
Like that stuff. And if you're happy by yourself or with your family, friends, and with your pets, I don't see the point in that. Like, it's just more drama, it's more stress, it's more struggling. So I don't get it. Also, this whole thing of like, oh yeah, men cheat, all men cheat. I don't believe that. I genuinely think there's men that don't cheat. Either cheat.
Well, yeah, the guys that don't lead with money don't have a less likelihood to cheat. You know, all the money-hungry women say, oh, every guy cheats, so why not go with the guys with money? Because those are worse. They're worse. The ones with money are worse.
There's a lot of women that cheat. And I honestly think you have to be really validation seeking and insecure to just cheat, because one person is never going to do it for you. And you constantly need the attention from other people or them to tell you that you are something in order for you to feel like you are something. Sometimes it can also be an addiction. When you start ignoring your purpose or you start ignoring what you're meant to do, then God will force you out of a situation. If you don't listen to the signs, if you don't listen to all of these things that God is telling you or showing you, you will be forced out of that situation, and that is really painful. Marriage and having children is a very big step. It's not something that should be glamorized, because
I'm gonna pause. Look, people like, she wants real love, but she falls in love with someone who spends on her. Exactly. It's like a guy that wants love, but he falls in love with the stripper because she's a good stripper. It doesn't go that way, you know. Like, she has values that contradict each other, and values that doesn't fulfill her emotionally. But those values that she has are compulsive. She needs a guy with money. But she doesn't understand that these guys that lead with money will never give her what she wants. And they'll always cheat on her. And I have no doubt that women who watch Shira 7 and do what she says get cheated on more. Because they date guys who are cheaters, who lead with money. This is not a video of I told you so. I am not going to do that. I'm not going to be that guy and rub it in people's faces because it's happened. That's fucked up. I'm just letting you guys know there's a danger to this shit, man.
It's not that easy, not for a woman. And I don't think that when a woman gets into a relationship with someone that is not contributing anything financially, I don't think that's a fair relationship. I would abort
the baby, yo.
Imagine you walk away from someone that is not willing to help at all, and all these things, you know, it's super, super hard. So I do think women should think about that, because
we're gonna pause this right here, okay? I'm not gonna hold any moral high ground here, okay? I'm not gonna hold any moral high ground. People said, to be honest, if I was Liz, I would that baby. You want to traumatize her more? She comes from a conservative country, a patriarchal country. She doesn't believe in that shit, man. She doesn't believe in that shit. So that shit will only traumatize her even more. You know, like that's honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's never happened to me. But I think if I know a girl did that to me and she had a kid with me and she did that, I genuinely think I'll have nightmares. I would literally have nightmares. And I would hate that woman to the last day of my life. I would ask God for forgiveness, man, because that will feel like somebody that my kid. Like, I wouldn't be able to do that.
I think like that too. Men have super high standards. Men,
I know, we're just observing and learning. I know.
So expect
I hear you.
Money for yourself. So happy. Like, the good thing that came out of this is, like, I donated $50,000, $5,000 to 10 different single moms, and just my heart really makes me feel so good, because
do it, but don't tell people. I'm gonna be honest with you. Your good deeds should be done in silence, in my opinion. In my opinion. Like, I'm very suspicious of people who say, look at the good deed that I did. Look at this little African boy that I gave him a gift. I'm like, you did that just to tell people. Because if you really did that, you wouldn't feel the need to tell people that shit. I don't know. That's just me.
Every day, still praying for me. They're so sweet.
Would I stay with a girl if she got pregnant?
I'm so happy the situation happened, because I helped.
I'm gonna answer that question after this.
I'm gonna continue doing that. I have done this before. You know, people always say, like, oh, she's just a gold digger. I love money. I will always love money. I love money.
I know.
But I also love giving money away. Like, that's why I love money. Like, if you have a lot of money, you can do so much for people, you know? If I have more money, then I can, like, start building schools and help.
Oh, what, now she's Dr. Umar? Get the fuck out of here, Liz. Stop it, Liz. When you do things, you never tell people. Like, good deeds should stay inside, in my opinion, man.
trees and all these things, or orphanages. That's why I think
Stop it.
money is
It's all
such a
for the
beautiful
show.
thing.
I love
can
you, Liz,
bless
but you
a
can't.
lot of people with it. And if you're in a position like that, I would say like, give back to people and help them, donate where you can, in public, in private, it doesn't matter. Anyways, so yeah. I love you guys so much.
Okay, Liz. People are like, would you stay with a girl if you got her pregnant? Of course I would, man. Like, we may not have a relationship, but my consciousness wouldn't be at peace if I knew I had a kid and I'm not in their lives. I wouldn't. I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna agree with you guys. I thought that if I had a kid, I would go to Africa. Like, I always joked about that, right? I always joked that if I had a kid with a girl and I didn't like her, I would go to Africa. And one time I had a pregnancy scare, and I remember I was pissed. But then I'm like, all right, how much are these tickets to Africa? No. But then after like a few hours, I was like, nah, man, my consciousness could never do that. My conscience can never allow me to just go to the fucking park and know there's a kid that's my kid. I don't know how guys do this. I don't know. I personally, I would not be able to sleep, but that's just me, man. Let's look at the poll. So 70% of people say she doesn't watch my channel. Okay. All right. 70% of people say she doesn't watch my channel. Look, people, I wish her the best. Like, we could all pray that God helps her, gives her the wisdom. I pray that God gives her the strength. I pray that just give her the wisdom, man. Like, and just make that kid happy. And I'm hoping that things, God, that could work out with her and Landon. I really do wish so. I really wish things could work out. And at the least, God, make him a good father to that kid, man. Make him a good father at the minimum. He doesn't have to be a good husband. Just make him a good father in your name, man. Anyways, man, look, man, that was a crazy video to watch, man. That was crazy. I'm not even gonna lie, man. That was a crazy video. But like, shit. The fuck time? I look at this, people. I just look at that. That looks like a dick. I was like, what the fuck is that? I'm gonna re-upload this on as a natural video, okay, man. Anyways, thank you guys, and don't forget, people, check out our window capture. This right here. Check out our free audiobook. People who signed up, you guys didn't get it because I fucked up. Check your email again. Most likely you could have gotten it, and if you haven't, just go here in the description down below and get your free gift. And there you'll be able to get it in your email. It's a free audiobook and a free ebook. Anyways, you guys be safe and take care.